对，其实我自从去美国了之后，一直到现在今天，没有去过麦当劳一次。
在美国？
在美国也没有去过，在台湾也没
有。You were robbed in America at gunpoint.
Yes.
他们就把那个枪拿出来。
就突然间我的胸口这里就有一个感觉。然后我这样往下看，
一把枪，
对，就抵在这边。
那你要记得订阅哦。Okay, so if you like this video, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your best friend, share it with your grandma, and share it with your aunties. 各位朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看达峰大哥大。今天我的朋友 Bonnie 来到我的频道。那今天我们可以讲英文，也可以讲中文，
好，两个
都可以，因为我知道你的英文很流利。
哦，谢谢。
对。So the first question I'm going to ask you: went to America at 18?
Yes, about 18.
And where did you go to in America?
I went to Seattle for University of Washington.
An 18-year-old girl going to America. How was that experience for you?
I thought at the beginning, I thought it was kind of like a study tour. I don't know if you know about study tour. It's very popular for Taiwanese people to go to America or like Australia and then study English for 2 weeks, and then the third week you go around, go into different places, like amusement parks and stuff. And so I was really excited, and then after 3 weeks I was like, oh, I think it's time to go home.
But it didn't end.
It didn't end, and then I started crying.
After graduation, you continued in America. You became an American. Now, how long did you stay in America for?
About 15 years.
15 years? And then you came back to Taiwan?
Yeah.
About
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between life in America and life in Taiwan?
Yeah, I would say safety. Oh, and cost of living. Safety, yeah.
In terms of having a job there and the cost of living, do you think you're better off in America or you'd be better off in Taiwan? Day-to-day life.
Day-to-day. I think Taiwan is just a little more comfortable because like rent and food are fairly cheap. So even if you have like a bad job, crappy job, you can still feed yourself.
In Taiwan?
Yeah. You don't really see people just are so poor and they're just lying on the side of the street.
That's true. And there's a healthcare system here which delivers benefits to its people.
Right.
I also want to touch on, I don't know if it's too early to touch on it.
Can't touch it.
You can do that. It's okay on this show. You were robbed in America at gunpoint.
Yes.
他们就把那个枪拿出来。
对，其实有一点就是跟大家在电影上看到有点不一样。就是那一天下午差不多6、7点的时候，因为其实还没有很晚，就是其实天已经黑了。然后我要去那个我的 gym。然后所以我就背着背包，然后想，因为我去那个 gym 已经好几年了，所以我就同一条路都所有的事情都一样。然后我就走在这个人行道上，然后就为什么有3个小男孩在middle school， so they're like just walking towards me，然后想说，那我就绕一下，这样我就 I was like veering towards the right。但是他们没有，就是让我过去，然后就怎么这么挤？就为什么一直朝我走过来这样子？然后我就发现他们3个人就把我包围住，然后1个人在我面前，然后2个人在那个拖我的背包。And then I was just like feeling so confused because people don't usually do that.
It's not common.
No, yeah. And so I was practicing kickboxing at the time. 然后想说，来了，这个使用这个踢拳道时间来了，对，机会来了。
但是它算通常跟电影里面我们看到的是不一样的。
对，然后我想说，因为我那时候很害怕，然后我以前有听人家说过，就如果说有人要攻击你，那你就不能就是因为害怕就会有 shut down。然后我就听人家说，你一定要大叫，因为你大叫的话就是会吸引别人的注意。然后所以我就开始大叫，我就开始就是I was trying to fight back, trying to get my backpack, I was trying to shout。然后那个在我对面的那个小男生，他就说，嘘，be quiet, where's your phone？ 我就开始大叫，然后就突然间我的胸口这里就有 一个感觉，然后我这样往下看，
一把枪，
对，就抵在这边，然后我就一下傻住了。但是我不知道什么，我那个脑袋还可以想，我那个时候很生气，我想说这什么啊，搞不好是假的，然后对，
很勇敢。
对，我那时候还想说，我
还是要问他们，
没错，
这是 fake，
呀，这真的假的？然后后来就是有另外一个想法，就是跑到我的脑子里面，然后我就想说，如果今天是真的，我会怎么样？如果今天是假的，我会怎么样？然后我就想说，算了，有可能是真的，所以就让他拿。当我看到那个枪的时候，我就都没有反抗了。我就好吧，你要我的背包，你要什么
我都给你。
对，就都给你。
哇哦。
对，然后刚好就是那个时候差不多大概20-30秒吧，就是这一切发生的很快，所以他们知道说，如果要抢一个人的话，大概你要在1分钟之内把这个事情做完。所以他们拿到我的背包之后，他一直问我说 ，Where's your phone? Where's your phone? 他一直想要拿我的手机，但是那时候有穿外套，然后手机放在外套里面的口袋，然后因为我看到枪之后，我就完全不能说话，我不能大叫也不能说话，就是整个就是愣住。然后他们发现好像有人在对面在看他们，就是有人发现我被抢，所以他们就拿到我的背包之后就全部跑掉，这样子。
哇，太可怕了吧！对，这个在台湾大概是不可能的。
对，我是比较没有听说，但是台湾也有那个摩托车的抢劫，
在台中而已。
我是台中人。
对，我知道，所以可能已经习惯了。
真的，我小时候是有听过，就是街上的时候就有人大叫抢劫。
有听说，但是好像以目前来讲，台湾的那个治安是算是不错的。
对，我觉得是非常好。
以我个人的经验，也从来没有碰到那个类似的状况。
对。
But afterwards, I mean, many people, if they experience such a traumatic event, they would be perhaps scared of going out, or they'd be getting on the next plane back to Taiwan. Take me back home. That's too frightening. But how long had you been in America at that point?
Like 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
That was a reason that made you want to return to Taiwan, or?
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Just daily life.
But I almost died, but I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
So it was just a really weird experience.
Incredible. Another thing, your language as well. 你讲英文的时候，如果我就遇到你在路上，我不会觉得你是台湾人，一点口音都没有。真的，我不是在夸耀你。
我有一点口音。
但是你讲话的时候就像一般的美国人。What advice do you have for learning languages? Because you seem to have really mastered that. I know, sorry to interrupt, many people, they go to America to study, especially Taiwanese people, and they stay within like the 华人社会, but you really seem to have stepped out of the bubble and became part of American life, which I think is also quite brave for someone to do. So how did you make that transition?
I think the transition was a little hard. I think, first of all, there was a decision. 我去到那边的时候，我就觉得，如果我一直就是跟台湾人在一起的话，那我干嘛去？所以我就其实我那时候没有什么台湾人的朋友，就是我就是开始就是跟一般的美国人或者是美国同学就是做朋友这样子。然后一刚开始去的时候，其实我高中那个时候我的托福其实还不错，好像600多分，就那个时候是旧式的。然后还有什么全民英检什么的，我自己都觉得好像还蛮厉害的。然后所以我去到美国的时候，居然就是
要挑战自己。对，
而且别人跟我讲话，我是一句完整的句子都讲不出来。I couldn't finish a complete sentence. I'll be like, yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. That's it.
And then you start have to think, and then they reply to you, and your brain goes into thinking mode. You're like, what did he say to me? Okay, give me a moment. We're processing the information here.
Right.
I think I know what you said.
Right, exactly. Oh, okay. Well, actually, you know what? My English wasn't that great. And
no.
I just have to work hard. Yeah.
这是个很大的决定。
对，也是一个有点像是一个冲击，然后也是 也是一个就是survival situation。
你是到美国的时候就决定好，我要自强，我就是要做自己，不要融入这个社会，
对，
那就继续下去。
对，没错。
就那个很大的决定，很勇敢的。So you thought McDonald's was the best food in the world when you got to America, the real taste of America.
That's right.
And then your now husband, he said actually.
Yeah, he's actually said, don't do it. Because I know that when I was in high school, and I think still a lot of high school students do it, like 去麦当劳读书。
但是实话说，我觉得麦当劳也吃起来不错。
哦，你觉得不错？其实我小时候觉得
饿的时候我觉得可以。而且里面很干净，所以学生可以去那里安静的读书，
对，没错，
对，也不会被赶走，
对。然后如果他想要在那里睡觉，也可以吃完睡觉。
应该在美国不行，我知道在英国你会被赶走，
对。
你如果没有买东西，或者你买一杯咖啡什么的，那你坐在那里那个2-3个钟头就受不了。
对，没错，可能会有，对，会有人来赶你。对，所以其实我自从去美国了之后，一直到现在今天，没有去过麦当劳一次。
在美国？
在美国也没有去过，在台湾也没有。
你从来没有去过麦当劳？
就是有可能去里面上厕所之类，但是完全没有买过，也没有吃过。
不可思议的，我们立刻去。对，等一下，我请你请客。
好。
我个人最喜欢是double cheeseburger.
Okay.
I think it's the best value. What do you guys like? You can tell us in the comments below your favorite McDonald's, or if you eat it or if you don't.
Okay.
It's very delicious.
Yeah, remind me.
Yeah, remind you what you're missing out on.
Right, exactly.
15 years in America. What made you want to come back to Taiwan? 你回来台湾的时候，你开始做自己的企业。
对，尝试。
对，所以你为什么？因为感觉你在美国就定居了。You made a life there. 15 years is a long time. University, working, and then you came back to Taiwan.
Yeah, 所以那时候就是因为在那个旧金山那边就是工作，那工作快要10几年，然后你知道就是有点像是那个英文叫做那个 corporate ladder，你就是从那个最低级的，然后又一下子就对慢慢往上爬，然后有一天我就觉得说。难道我的人生就是这样子了吗？然后 I was like, well, if I really want to know, I ought to be able to do it. And it was just really expensive.
In America,
to do that. Like, I tried to start an apparel company. Because I'm a designer, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna design my T-shirt and like pants and stuff.
I also did that.
Yeah. How did it go?
Nobody bought them.
Well, that was exactly my problem.
I gave them all away.
Me too. My mom has them.
I thought this is it, I thought I'd make the T-shirts, print them, post them on some websites, do a little bit of SEO, and I'm gonna make, if one T-shirt I make 100 NT off it, I start to sell 2,000, 10,000 T-shirts.
Right.
I've made it.
Right, exactly.
I'll buy a boat.
I was planning to go to, I don't know, New York Fashion Week in like
a
year or something.
I thought that was going to happen.
Right.
It's harder than that, though. Turned
out it was very hard, and I didn't know anything about marketing, which is probably the most important thing. I was out 20,000 US
dollars.
And I was like, well, if I don't...
60万左右。
对，然后我想说，如果我没有工作的话，基本上是没有办法尝试这些。
所以在公园。Wow. Now, do you think Taiwan is a suitable place for a startup?
I think it is not the most ideal when you think about it. Yeah.
I guess it's cheaper to do things in Taiwan.
Yes.
If you wanted to rent an office, pay for services, it's much cheaper than it would be in the US.
Right. And also, one of the things that I didn't really see in the Bay Area is that in Taiwan, the government is really trying to help small businesses, and especially in the tech sector.
那你目前就在高雄。
对。
那本来就在台中，是台中人。
对。
你在高雄习惯吗？
我其实一刚开始不太习惯。
觉得太热。
对。然后其实我觉得， 高雄人的个性也比较热情，也比较开放。
很友善。So what advice would you give to perhaps a young girl in Taiwan who wanted to go to America or wanted to go to abroad and study? Do you think it's worth doing, or do you think they should stay in Taiwan?
Oh, I absolutely think they should just go out there and then explore the world. There's just a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different culture. One of the things that I really enjoy in America is that when you go there, you really see people from all over the world. And then you eat things from all over the world too. So,
that's true.
Yeah, and then you can start seeing that people think differently. And I know the Taiwanese people, well, I mean, like in here, we have a really strong culture.
Yeah.
But our way of living and thinking is not the only way.
That's true.
So that's why I think it's just so eye-opening to, to go abroad and learn and.
Right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you come onto the show today, and you've shared with us a lot of great information that I think people are going to be able to take home and learn from. And I think your story is an inspiration for many people, especially young women in Taiwan or young people in general who want to go out and explore the world, learn a new language or learn new things and learn about themselves. So I think your story is really fascinating. A little bit terrifying as well, with being robbed at gunpoint in America, but you survived to tell the tale bravely, and it doesn't seem to have affected your life so much. So I think that's really an incredible story. So thank you for coming on my show, and thank you for giving me the time today to interview you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. 那你要记得订阅哦。Okay, so if you like this video, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your best friend, share it with your grandma, and share it with your auntie. Thank you very much, and see you next time.